Good evening, race fans. Welcome to Big Rain Racing Community League Season 1, Race 2. We're at Watkins Glen tonight, so very different track to what we had last week. Should be another interesting one. My name's Matt, aka Neotropolis, and I'm joined by
Corey, aka Koza.
And welcome back to another week of racing. We've got, 19 cars on the grid tonight?
19 cars, all in, ready to go.
We've got just over a minute of free practice remaining, and then we'll be straight into qualifying. Looks like Damien's on top form again.
Yep, coming off the crack as you're saying that.
Yeah, true. But hopefully his internet doesn't let him down again this week, or his game crash. This was game crash, I think, wasn't it? Not internet.
Yeah, it was the game crash, and it caused him to just full disconnect. But he's reinstalled his full operating system just to get it sorted. Dedication
to the cause. So currently in free practice. I know it's not too much to go off, but we've got Damien with a 1:43.7, and Tony in second place with a 1:44.7. I have a sneaking suspicion it might be a little bit closer when we get into qualifying.
Yeah, the paces between them two, as we saw last week on Bathurst, however people pronounce it nowadays.
Mount Panorama.
Mount Panorama, the official, the official name, Mount Panorama. Their pace around there was really good. They kept it clean and some really good racing from them. So if they can keep that up this week, we'll have an exciting front end fight again. And hello, Justin, in the chat.
Hi, Justin, welcome in. Hope everything's going well.
Don't worry, mate. You'll be on the track for next week. So fingers crossed, all being well.
Just coming towards the end of pre-practice here. It's who's out there setting a lap at the minute.
We're currently on board with Arno Giovanni's just pulling in now. It looks like everyone is slowing down, to be fair. So this is one of the M4R guys. They're a huge team, and they've got 9 drivers with us in this league. So it looks like a lot of people have got their issues sorted from last week. So I know some of them were having a few issues with tech.
We just got the 20th driver join the grid. Mr. McClory at the bottom there. So he got in just in time.
Go, go, go.
Yep.
Right, start of qualifying. Who's looking forward to some racing? I think you need to drive again. There you go. I tell you what, it is much better this week without having to listen to my own voice echoing around my ears all the time. Much easier to keep focused on what you're talking about.
Well, you're going to have your technical difficulties, aren't you, at the end of the day? So we're on board with Cohen here. He's first out on track, one of our drivers, rocking that lovely Big Brain Racing livery there in the Audi.
I believe that's the livery that he designed himself as well.
Yes, that is his own livery. We do have a few designers that have fortunately joined our team and helping out with everything.
Fortunately for me, because it means I don't have to design them anymore.
Well, I'm not going to say it, but, you know, better fortunes. Yeah, we're getting some cracking graphics and liveries coming out now. It looks like we've got Damien right behind him there.
It looks like he's let him go.
So this week, yellow flags are obviously still in effect, but we're not taking them so scrutinous this week, as obviously there is a lot more of a runoff than we had on Mount Panorama. So hopefully we don't get a lot of crashes out in the first lap again, like we did. We've just had another driver join us as well, so...
Yeah. Reyes at the bottom.
Yeah. I thought I had it turned off qualifying, but...
Should we go on board for a lap in qualifying with someone?
Yep, let's have a look at Damien since he's at the front of the pack.
Should we go chase cam and talk you around the track?
So he's coming down into the 90. Heading up towards the S's. Nice fast part of the track. You can just really keep your foot to the floor through this bit.
Completely flat all the way through here.
He's now coming up to the bus stop. Either make or break chicane from my experience. Because them curbs can be a bit nasty.
There's some dedication there, like hard into there.
Going through the outer loop now. He's just going full throttle through his first run here. Down through the laces. Keeping it nice and clean and flat. Heading up the toe now. Catching this car up in front. Hopefully they move nice that way.
Using all of the track there and then some.
Yeah. Right, heading through the boot, coming to the heel. Really breaking through there, powering back out of it, using the track limits to his advantage here. Coming through turn 9. Unfortunately, we don't have any turn names for these. So.
The car got out of the way, that's good. Good enough.
Yep. Through 10, coming up to the last corner. Nice and fast through there. Heading up to the start finish line, and what sort of time will we be looking at, Matt? Guesses coming in?
43, I'm guessing. Or did he must have got invalidated somewhere.
Yep, he got invalidated because that didn't come through. And we've just had our best lap come in through here. And another one just popped through Nick Trapp with a 1:45.7 currently holding pole position. Ivan just coming in there. Let's jump on with someone else for a full lap here. It appears I need to update my log. Give me 1 second. Because it's not pulled all the drivers through.
Heading up to the bus stop chicane. Really tricky corner. You want to be braking right around as close to the 200 as you dare. Onto the curbs and then get on that accelerator as soon as possible. Heading through the outer loop. Another tricky corner because you want to carry as much speed as possible, but you don't want to run out too wide on the exit or it unsettles the car. Because once you get over the curb, the camber goes the other way and it really does upset the car. We then go down to the toe. One of the probably easier corners, I guess. It's a nice uphill braking, which always helps, and you can really use that to brake as late as possible and just rotate the car in, and probably mid-corner you're accelerating out. Then through heel, quite a tricky corner. It's really off camber on the exit, and then turn 9, another really tricky corner. If you run a little bit too wide on the exit here, there's not much runoff. There's a little bit of grass, and then you're straight into the barrier. Just a slight lift through turn 10, and then a little bit of brakes and downshift through turn 11, and then back onto the start-finish straight. So what sort of time have we got here? What were we? 1:45.6. So who's yet to set a time?
So we've got Cohen here, just coming out of the pit, so he'll be going on his warm-up lap. We've got Giovan here, coming around turn 9, heading towards 10 in the final corner. Let's see what sort of time we get on the board from him. Oh, just comes off the track there, so
that'll be invalidated, yeah.
Let's jump on with Damien. He's still yet to set a time. Let's hope he can get up there with Tony. And Jacob looking strong in that Ferrari around here.
Rouse, you yet to set a time as well. What sort of times are you doing around here, Rouse?
So, coming around turn 9, heading towards 10 now. Just a little bit of a lift, as Matt says. It is quite a fast corner. It's a fast track, to be fair, Matt.
It is, yeah. There's not many.
A
lot of it. There's not really many places where you go down below third gear, to be honest. Maybe two corners. I think.
Yeah. Damien coming over the line there with a 144 dead. So there is our pole position. Tony right behind him with a 144.4. So there's literally 4 tenths between them two.
Well, and we saw last week actually between Damien and Tony in qualifying, Damien had the upper hand, but then in the race, Tony seemed to have the upper hand. So could we be in for a repeat of that today?
Suppose it'll just come down to wait and see.
Exactly. If anyone wants to put any predictions in, feel free.
Oh, cool. We're still on with Damien here. He is 3 tenths up on his time, so he is looking strong for a 143 here. Are we going to see the 143s come out of him?
I know he's capable. I've seen some sneak peeks of his pace in this week. It's just whether he can piece it all together on the day.
Definitely, definitely. Let's just hope he doesn't invalidate coming around these last few corners here. Every little helps on it.
Yep. Well, and also with 21 cars on track now, traffic can start to become an issue as well.
Yeah, definitely, because everyone will be wanting to put them times in now, so it's whether you risk the overtake or you back off and aim for another lap. So Damien coming in with a 143.7. Let's see if we've still got any to put in here.
See, return to garage. So Damien's done. Damien's done for qualifying.
Yep.
147's Rouse. Yeah, that's what I always say. If you can do a 147, you can do a 146, and if you can do a 146, you can do a 145. It's all just practice.
You can do 145, you can do a 1 minute dead.
Yeah, something like that.
So, currently on with Cohen, he's coming in to set his time right now. Looking to be around the 149, 150. What are we getting? We've got in a 152, but he did have to slow down because Craig came up behind him. So, can he improve on it on this lap? Unfortunately, just goes too far over the curb there and invalidates. Let's jump on with Giovan here. He's coming round the heel now. Still looking to set a time, and with only roughly 5 minutes of time remaining on qualifying, let's see what he can do. I really should start eating my tea before doing the stream.
Or you could do a bit of what do I call it, and eat it on stream right up against the camera, right up against the microphone.
Bit of ASMR while we're racing.
Yeah.
So Giovan coming over the line here with a 144.7. So that's a really nice time coming out from another one of the M4R guys. Still just waiting for one more time to be put in. Coming around the last corner now. Let's see what he can do. And that's a 144.9. I do believe Damien is out of the pit, so we need a message on that one.
Yeah.
Please, mister. I do believe I saw someone else teleport as well. Can't remember who it was though, unfortunately. Guys, we do have a rule in here that obviously if you teleport back to the pits, then you are unable to carry on qualifying. let's just jump on with some of the yellow flags here. So we have got Risto. Have to keep an eye on him.
Mulishev.
Yeah. So jumping on with Tony here. Since he's now got some free space, let's see what he can do. We've got someone just come off the track in front of him there. Wolfgang, keep an eye on that one. Oh, Giovan has taken second place away from Tony.
Good pace there.
Yeah, that's a 1:44.3 coming in.
Hey, Mucky Games, welcome in.
Yeah, how's it going? Oh, I didn't mean to talk over you there, Matt. I didn't realize you were just about to speak. So, currently on with Giovan here, who has stuck in second place off of Tony. But we also do have Tony out on another lap. Let's see how his lap is going. Currently down on his time, so I can't see him overtaking Giovan here. My camera isn't messing up. Unfortunately, I do need to buy a better camera.
No, that was something I just did on the stream.
Oh, is it you fixed on off the game?
Yeah, it's fixed now.
All right.
Yeah, we're doing well though, thanks.
Let's jump on here. Can Giovan knock off half a second to take that pole position? Let's see. Got one more lap to do it. We do currently have another Audi up on his time here, Antonio. Coming around the final corner. Comes in with a 1:45.2.
We've also got Nick Langer nearly 6/10 up.
Yeah, let's see how much he can improve on his here.
Ooh, he's right on the edge, right on the limit.
Yep. Coming through the last corner now. Head down, start, finish straight. Let's see what he can do. 4/10 up, 5/10 up. Can he take that? And he jumps all the way up to 10th position there.
Nice
well done, Nick.
There.
So it unfortunately looks like people are not bettering their times currently. So let's go through your top 10 here. So in first place we have got Damien. Second place we have got Giovan. Third place we have got Tony. Fourth place we have got Jacob. Sixth place we have got Nick. Seventh place we have got Ivan. Eighth place we have got Nicolo. Ninth place we have got Craig. What's happening here?
There seems to be some...
And in 10th place we've got Nick. I think we need to censor that, don't we?
We've got Andy, you got Myers 3/10 up on his lap. I think he might still be on a lap. Yeah, he's just jumped up to 8th.
He isn't on here on my list race control for some reason. I've got 7th to 9th.
Oh.
I don't know what's happening. My race control is being a bit buggy tonight, unfortunately. Let me try reconnecting.
Technical errors.
Yep. If we did miss anyone that did get out and better their time in qualifying, we will be reviewing the race footage afterwards, and we will amend the driver time accordingly. Yeah, we always have a lot of work to do after these races, don't we?
Yeah.
So, waiting for race start here.
So who's your money on tonight then, Corey?
Honestly, Giovanni's looking strong. I mean, it would always be Damien, but I don't know. After he's got really good quality pace, but we've not seen his race pace yet. So, and obviously Giovanni there, he was really showing that he could better his team manager there. So we could see a good race coming up at the front of the grid here.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the top 5 all within a second in quali pace, which you'd probably expect them to all be a little bit tighter in race pace.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyone's race.
So currently waiting for race start here. We got anyone in the comments? Oh, we've got my mum. Hi, mum. How's it going?
Hi, Corey's mum.
And we have got the M4R Squadra course here. Hello, how are we doing?
Welcome.
If anyone is interested, the Discord link does keep on popping up there. You're more than welcome to join the community, even if you're not a sim racer. We're all a friendly bunch.
Yeah, even if you just want to chat shit, then everyone's always welcome.
Language, man. Language.
It's English.
So, coming up for race start here. Yeah, A. Myers isn't showing up on my list for some reason.
Interesting. Showing up on mine.
Let me restart my race control before race start here. Technical issues. Why can't we have one race without technical issues?
It wouldn't be streaming if there weren't technical issues. So I'll just quickly run down the grid while you're doing that. So we've got Damien P1. We've got Giovan Skimika in P2. Tony Frasina P3. We've got Roseneck in P4. We've got Rocky in P5. Nick Trapp in P6. Marandino P7. Myers P8. I think he's the only Lamborghini driver we've got on the grid as well. Interesting choice. We've got Screamer P9.
30 seconds.
Craig Townsend P10. Nick Langer P11. We've got Loretti in P12. Pever P13.
20 seconds.
Palmyra in P14. We've got Woodward in P15. Seabrook in 16th. Milashev in P17. McClory in P18. Kuhn in P19. Watkins, G. Watkins, do you think that's Glen Watkins at Watkins Glen? In P20. And then Van der Vagt in P21. So 21 drivers tonight. That's a real good turnout. So off we go on the formation lap.
Yeah, let's get them tyres nice and warm.
Looking like we're going to have a nice dry race again today. It's a shame.
I know. I want a wet one. I want a wet one.
Justin, my mum, at 83 years old, doesn't even know what the internet is, let alone join Twitch. I mean, my mum at 62 doesn't really know what the internet is, so...
The youngest mum here. Right, so on the formation lap, unfortunately, I am still suffering from some technical issues. I'm not seeing two people, that Roshi and Myers, so I will try to get angles on them if they are getting close, but unfortunately my race control is failing on me.
Yeah, you should be able to use shift and your arrow keys to move. If you're a driver in front, it should move you to the next driver.
Yeah, I know there's ways around
Yeah,
it, so
yeah. That's cool.
I'll just letting people know.
Yeah,
If it's jumping and flickering.
should be all right. Is it showing up? It obviously showing up for you in game because I'm watching you stream it to me. But
yeah, definitely showed up in game. It's just unfortunately my race control don't like them too for some reason.
You not got ghost cars on the track, have you?
No.
First round T1 wins the race. Exactly. That's the most important corner in any long race. Make sure you're first into T1 at all costs.
Well, speaking of long races, we do have our next race at Kota for 2 hours.
Yes, that will be.
That one will be an exciting one.
Yes, I'm actually glad I'm not racing in that one.
Yeah. That Kota is the only one track that I can't do. That's all I'm going to say. I just can't do.
Yeah, it's just all practice. I've not driven it enough. That's the only thing. But then when you're racing all the time, you're always practicing for your next race, and I just haven't had any races there really. Well, I've had one, and I managed to get a couple of hours practicing for it.
Yeah, my next race is the Camaro at Spa, so that's on the 29th. I ain't got any races between now and then.
Well, next weekend I'll be racing in our own multiclass race. So I'm leaving broadcast duties to Corey. I'm going to jump in the car. But yeah, if anyone wants to join that, that's still open to entries on SimGrid, and that is at Silverstone next Saturday, or this Saturday coming now.
Yeah, definitely, and it's hopefully going to be a full grid of 50 cars, but still lacking on them sign-ups, unfortunately, at the moment.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's not 50 because we'll have problems, but we need 49 cars.
No,
there's that weird glitch in. Does it take more?
Okay. We've got 60 rigs over.
Okay.
So. That's why I always do it 50, just to be safe.
So round the last corner we go.
Yeah,
on the formation lap.
Hopefully them tyres are nice and warm for everyone here.
Welcome in, Christian. Just in time for the race start. It's a long run down here before the green flag.
Green light.
Green light.
There we go.
Away we go.
We are racing.
Let's see who really pulls through on this start here.
Good start from Damien. Good start from Tony there as well. Gets up into P2.
Yeah.
Few cars running a little bit wide there in the background.
Yeah, that looked like Jacob running a bit wide.
Oh, we've got a spinner.
Unfortunately, my race controller's completely died. I can't connect.
Oh, we've got to move. We've got to move for the lead. Oh, just backs out of it. That's it's a tricky place to overtake down into the bus stop. So Damien still holds on to the lead there. Tony in second, and Skimika in third. When it all updates.
Get this sorted. Just 1 second.
Coming down to the toe. Looks like we've got a healthy 0.6 of a second gap between first and second. And then another 0.5 down to P3. There's a bit of a fight. There's a few fights going on throughout the field. Once we're having a few technical issues. Once we get those sorted, we'll be able to show you some of the action.
Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Coming down to the last corner.
On the game.
Onto the start-finish straight. And cross the line for the first time, and Damien's held onto the lead. Tony's in second. We've got some fighting in the background there. Looks like didn't make any positions up.
Okay, so arrow keys is not changing my driver.
Should be shift arrow key.
Yep, shift arrow key is not working. Oh, there we go. Left and right.
Yeah.
So let's jump on down the grid a bit here. Unfortunately, I do not have timings, so You're gonna have to call
That's
out the
fine, I
events
can
for
keep
me.
an eye. So
Is
we've
it-
got Screamer's just made a move on Myers. So it looks like Myers is dropping down the grid. Has he had? Oh, we've got another spinner.
Yep, right there on the bus stop as well. So that is gonna be a bit of a loss of place there. Oh,
Oh, another spinner. It's chaos.
again,
There's some
plenty.
chaos already.
Yeah, let's jump a little bit further up the grid here. So currently on with Jacob in the Ferrari. Looks like he is catching 5th place here. As I say, unfortunately, I don't know as technical issues. So jumping on with Tony here.
So we got. Looks like Damien's pulling away a little bit. We've got a 1.1 second gap now. Skamika's staying with Frasina though. What are we 0.6 between those two? So, but those front three are really pulling away from everyone else. We then got Rocky in 3rd, Screamer currently running in Rocky in 4th. Sorry, Screamer running in 5th, and then Rosanek in 6th. So that's the next little battle going on. So I'm not sure if they got caught up in all the chaos at the start, but Craig looks like he's currently in the pits, and so does Peaver. Nick was in the pits. He's just come out, so maybe they've had to pit to repair damage.
It could be, as I say, unfortunately, I do apologise for the technical issues, but we're going to try best to get in all the action here. So, jumping down the grid here.
If you jump down to McClory, I think McClory and Seabrook have got a bit of a battle going on.
Or is Seabrook, so currently on... It won't let me jump to McClory. So, currently on with Seabrook.
Currently 0.2 between those two.
Don't think I'm seeing what you're seeing.
No. We've got some technical issues. So it looks like Craig's out of the pits now. So must have been some damage there. Get the early pit and then everyone's younger than my mother. 48,
Looks like Tony's Looks like Tony just come through with the fastest lap here. You do get 5 extra points for fastest lap.
Yeah, he's closed that gap up to 0.9 of a second now.
Yep, definitely.
Let's go down to the bus stop again. Sim racing's for everyone, Justin. You know, you can be 16, you can be 60. It doesn't matter. Like, you can still be quick.
Definitely. If you're having fun, that's all that counts.
Exactly.
Oh, jumping down towards the back of the grid here. So currently on with Cohen. Looks like he's on his own at the back. Unfortunately for that. Wolfgang currently rocking far back. It looks like Nick has got a stop and go 30 here. Did we issue that, or was that speeding in the pit lane?
I think that must be speeding in the pit lane. I've not seen any collisions come up that need looking at yet, to be honest. But that could be because we're having trouble with race control.
Yep, that could be. It's going to be a good review session after this, I do believe. So currently I'm with Craig here in the Porsche. Bringing up the rear of the grid. Looks like Nick is serving his stop and go 30. And it does actually look like our leading cars are coming up towards the back markers. So coming up through the bus stop now.
Not the strongest of tracks this for the Porsche.
No.
Does well through the corners, but it struggles a lot on the straights compared to some of the other, let's say, faster, higher speed cars like the Audi and the BMW.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when I did drive it around here, I actually quite struggled with it. But I put that mainly down to practice with it. I didn't get enough in, unfortunately. So coming round the heel here, heading towards up turn 9.
Looks like Rosenek's right on the back of Screamer.
Let's jump onto them, yep. So Jacob looks like he is fighting for position there from Nicolo in the Audi and the Ferrari. Lovely angle of the two cars coming along here. And it looks like I'm also stuck in TV1. So coming round the final corner here, down the start-finish straight, looks like Jacob does have a little bit of a run on him from this angle.
Right in the slipstream there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think the Ferrari quite has the legs there to keep up with the Audi as much as they'd like to. Both of them really pushing them track limits, coming up through the S's. You say you don't have your stream set up?
No.
I need to relaunch the game.
I can get it set up. Give me one sec.
Yeah, no worries. I've got no control over camera view or anything. I can only change car, that's it.
That should hopefully be working. There we go.
You got it up. Can I restart you?
Yep.
Sorry for the technical issues, guys. Unfortunately, they can't always be helped. We are trying. Let me just restart my game while Matt covers the commentary.
Yes, so currently we've got Rosenek still right on the tail of Screamer. Coming through, that looks like... I struggle with some of the camera angles, although I can change my broadcast to TV2 now, can't I? Yeah, so coming up to turn 10 here. We've got Rosenek still right on the back of Screamer. Coming down to the last corner. Right in the slipstream, but can he get the straight line speed down the straight? Not quite into turn 1, into the 90. Off they go up through the S's. Let's just jump over to Loretti here, who is chasing down Marandino. They're currently fighting over 7th position. Looks like Loretti's closing in on Marandino here. Probably not quite going to get close enough for a move here. Just turn your sound off for a second. As I go through the outer loop, looks like he's dropped back a little bit now. Just going to jump down to McClory. You got everything working again?
Yep, I just needed to restart my game, and it's all connected fine now. So
just hold on then. Let me get you back on the mains. 1 second. Again, apologies for these technical issues. There we go. You are back. Did a practice lap 2 valid, a 1:46.7 for Rouse. Not bad going. Back to practicing your GT4. GT4 at Brands Hatch. I can imagine that being quite a nice track for GT4s.
Yeah, definitely. So jumping on with Jacob here as he is 0.2 seconds away there from Screamer, right in front of him. Really getting on that tail end, going through the 90. Oh, just gets a bit of
a twitch.
Just gets a little bit of a twerk going on, coming up through that corner. Heading up through the S's now. Really trying to put that power back down to catch back up to him toward the S's, and yay, I do have everyone.
Nice.
Yeah, because there's 20 left.
Yeah, it looks like someone's either disconnected or left. I'm not sure who it is right now, but we will find that out in post.
Yep, it does look like Wolfgang is limping to the pits. Let's have a look. Yep, he's unfortunately limping to the pits. Not sure what has happened there. So jumping back on with Jacob here. Heading down through the toe now. Coming up the boot. I don't get why you'd call straight line the boot.
Because you boot it.
I suppose, yeah. Pedal to the metal. Pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal.
Coming through the heel now. Heading towards turn 9. Get a bit of a bonnet view here, get close to the action.
There's the driver.
Yep. There's the driver looking. You can really see how wide the track is from jumping on with the drivers here. 55 stopped at the pit entrance. I'm not sure what happened there. Jumping in to see what he sees, coming through the 19 now, getting really nice and close there to fifth position, coming up through the S's. Really just trying to keep it the toe back hard there. Really trying to keep that close there. Yeah, is he going to send it through? Oh no, it just backs out of it. It does look to make So coming through the outer loop now, can he regain the time that he's unfortunately just lost? Coming down the laces. Really love the sound of Ferrari on this game. Really love the sound of
Ferrari. That's kept hold of that nicely.
Very loud apparently.
Yeah, I've just turned you down a little bit on mine. It's because we're on board.
Yeah. So coming down through the heel, let's have a look. Could you just have a check on Woodward, please? Because I know it was close to someone then when it came off. So it does look like Damien is currently running away with it, with Tony 3 seconds behind him, but Tony's still holding on to that fastest lap as well. But looks like we've got Johnny here really trying to push through here in this BMW, trying to catch up to that Porsche, really taking this to the edge.
Rocky right on the back of Skramika now as well.
Yep, it looks like we've got a bit of an M4R challenge here. You know, both rocking the BMW. Seems to be a common thing with the M4R rocking the Beamer. It sounds like we're hearing double game sounds.
Yeah, that was my fault. I just thought something was muted that shouldn't be, and it actually should be muted. Technical issues. We're getting there. We're doing better than last week, I think, so far. Last week my voice was echoing, which no one wants to hear double me.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially not me.
Well, you just heard it constantly, didn't you?
Yeah. maybe Scramika must have made a mistake somewhere because it looks like he's pulling away again now. Got a car wide there. Not sure who that was.
I'm not sure. Just give me 2 seconds here.
Could be Woodward.
Oh, still on board here with Christian. And jump back on with Jacob in the Ferrari here because he's currently 0.8 seconds away there from Screamer again. Last week so far was a million times better stream than this week. But, as I said, unfortunately we can't help technical issues. They happen from time to time, so you just have to roll with what you've got.
They happen every week. That's just what you get.
This week, unfortunately, has just been the worst so far.
Nah, this one's been fine.
So coming through the bus stop here on board with Jacob. Let's get a nice wider angle.
I've had much worse when I've been streaming. I've been talking for like 10-15 minutes and then realised that my mic was muted the whole time.
Actually a part of that stream. I was the one typing in your chat saying, voice, can't hear you.
Yep. Eventually maybe, Rouse.
It's all the fun and games of it, and you know,
100%.
It brings comedy.
Bit wide there from Screamer, or Screamer, sorry.
This Ferrari is doing quite well on this track.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's really good through the mid and high speed corners. So I think that's where it's gaining a lot of time, and then it's just losing out a little bit on the straights.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite got the legs to just keep up with that Audi there. Coming up to the S's now, foot to the floor all the way through this sector. Looks like we've got Damien catching up to some more back markers. Let's have a look, make sure he gets through nice and smoothly. Tony's still holding on to that fastest lap.
Yeah, he's dropped back 5 seconds there. And he's got 5 seconds on Skimika as well. So at the minute, the top three are kind of spreading out quite a lot.
Yeah, it looks like Damien is right behind Nick here. Obviously, Nick will be on a blue flag, so he will have to find a point to move. But currently, he is helping Damien with giving him a bit of tow.
Bit of slipstream down the boot.
This isn't pre-planned team effort either. You know, we don't condone that.
I think he's actually costing him more time now than what he's gaining him in slipstream. So moves over out of the way.
Yep, there we go. Nice and smooth through. So jump back over Jacob here because he's 0.3 seconds away again. Let's see what he can do. Can he finally make that move into 5th position? It also looks like Screamer is catching up Roshi here as well. So, bit of M4R battle with Jacob. Let's see who can come out on top.
Lap after lap, he gets close, but just can't quite pull out the move at the end of the straight.
No, but
very
really
close
getting does he keep it this time? And it looks like he does, so he might have that bit more of an advantage coming up through the S's. Well, let's see if he can catch up to Screamer through here. No, unfortunately losing time on the speed there. That Ferrari is really struggling to keep up with the Audi up through this sector. Coming nice and smooth through the bus stop. Ferrari struggling. I couldn't quite tell from that actually. Nice and smooth coming up over down towards the laces there.
Seems to be the second half of the lap that Ferrari really comes alive and really pushes up behind the Audi, and then loses that advantage in the first sector, which kind of makes sense because the last sector's a lot more tight corners, and the first sector's a lot more flat out. So really shows the advantages that both cars have in different types of corners and different places on the track.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, every car is either stronger or weaker on their own set of tracks, isn't it? So, you know, you can only really do what you can do and push it to your limits.
Yeah,
how far you can take.
And even corner by corner, like look at a track like Spa or Silverstone, where there's such long tracks and so many different types of corners. Car there on the inside, getting out of the way nicely.
So we have a lot of slip and slide in over the course of this one. The SMN, look, this is the closest battle we're having. Damien is running away with it. Tony's 6 seconds behind him. Looks like he's currently losing in near enough every single sector on time that one, but Tony has the fastest time.
Fastest lap. See if Damien can respond to it. Currently, Damien's fastest lap is a 1:45.0, whereas Tony's was a 1:44.7, so 3/10. But the longer we get into this race, the harder it becomes because the tyres get old. Obviously, we get lighter fuel. Oh, a bit of a slide there. Get lighter fuel, but it becomes much harder to get those tyres to work.
Definitely, and I suppose in a way you could take the risk of throwing on a new set of tyres, but yeah, I don't think it'd be worth it.
It costs you too much time. Unless you're not going to gain 30 seconds. And that's how long it takes to change tyres on this game.
Yeah. 30 seconds for a tyre change. Obviously, fuel is included in that, and we do have a mandatory pit stop that people need to fulfill. So, I mean, we can have a look here. Looks like currently, well, our top 12 still have yet to pit. The remaining 6 looks like they have already done. So. Yep, mandatory pit stop is on this week. Yep. We've double checked it, made sure.
Looks like we've had another couple of retirements as well.
Yep, we are currently now down to 18 drivers. Unfortunately, but it does look like our rear runners are still going for it, even though they are 2 laps behind. So, as I always say, it's all about the fun. If you're having fun doing it, it doesn't really matter where you go.
Exactly.
I need Damien to slow down a bit. I want to see him fight Tony again.
Yeah.
It looks like the track is well spread out here. We do have McCauley. Looks like he is catching, because I do believe we've got Christio getting caught behind Craig there, the Porsche. Yep, there goes the blue flag for Craig. Christio just keeping right behind him. Johnny just really being able to catch up to him now. Can he make a move on him though? That is the question. Coming through turn 9, heading towards turn 10. Coming round into the last corner. Looks like we had a bit of a wiggle there from him, unfortunately, jumping over the curb there. coming down start finish straight. Let's jump on board. Can he make a move onto him? Can he get into a position to make a move? Starters coming around the 90 now, heading towards the S's. Oh no! Oh, he loses it.
Unlucky.
That is unfortunate.
A little bit
really
too much.
Close from there.
Yeah, a little bit too much curb on there.
Yeah, just shot him straight off. It does look like he does have the clear track behind him, so can take it nice and steady back into the pits there. Yeah, it looks like he could have suspension damage on that one.
Yeah, a lot of damage. I think it's a very fast part of the track. Luckily, he's not pitted yet, so although he'll lose time repairing the damage, he'll not lose as much time as if he was having to do an extra pit stop. So he can make this part of his mandatory pit stop here.
Yeah, definitely. And could it be worth slapping on a new pair of tyres?
If you're repairing damage
over 30 seconds, you might as well slap on some tyres as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure on tyre wear. I haven't done an hour race here yet. I'm sure you have. But how do the tyres feel over that hour stint?
Well, not really. Depends on car setup as well. I think if you have a good setup dialed in, tyre wear is really not too bad, and you can kind of manage it throughout the race. If you're using just like this aggressive preset in the game, for example, or you've not really got your setup dialed in for the way that you drive, you can get quite high tyre wear because of all the fast corners. Like if you're putting a bit too much slip angle into those tyres, they're going to grain up and they're going to wear more, and towards the end of the race you're going to really struggle.
Yeah, I hate that one. So currently I'm with Damien here, our leader. Follow the leader, follow the leader.
So he's currently 9.5 seconds ahead of Frasina in second place. Not what I was expecting at all in this one.
No, definitely not. And it does look like Tony is keeping ahead of the group ahead of the M4R.
We're halfway through. Keep it up.
And that is the tick of the halfway mark here. 30 minutes left on the clock. Can Damien keep well in front and keep his lead? Because I'm not too sure on how long the pit stop is on this one. I'm presuming anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute to get all the way through and have your pit stop. So, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see how long.
I'd estimate 45 seconds.
In total, yeah?
In total, with the splash and dash for 1 litre of fuel. I think it's a little bit longer time than what we had last week, purely because the pit is fully, like, pit entry and pit exit are all on the main straight, and it's quite a long pit lane. Not as long as if you go to Indianapolis or Spa, but it's quite a long pit stop here. Costs you quite a lot of time.
Yeah, let's not talk about Spa pit stop. I'm not too keen on how long that one is. I think they should make it shorter for the GTs. So anyway, on board with Nicolo here. He is catching his teammate Russia. Can he make the move? Let's have a look. Coming through now up to turn 9 from the heel. Getting really nice and close to that BMW. Ooh, getting a bit of a wiggle coming out there. He will lose a little bit of time heading down to turn 10. Heading up to the last corner, using as much curb as possible. Digging it in, getting nice and close to that wall on the exit. I always get worried with that wall. Chasing him down, start finish straight here, heading towards the 90. Looks like he is unfortunately losing a little bit of time to Russia ahead of him there.
I think that BMW just gets on the since the last update where they reduced the power slightly on the Audi. The BMW just tends to get off the corners a little bit better than the Audi.
Yeah, I mean, it could be down to the electronics of the car there. You know,
that as well, yeah. Driver skill with the right foot.
Yeah. Depends how you dial in your traction control, your ABS, everything. It all links in together at the end of the day.
Exactly. And the traction control on the Audi works very differently to how it works on other cars as well, with the latitudinal and longitudinal traction control.
Yeah, so just a quick explanation there. That's 2 traction controls. So you've got one for obviously forward and backwards, and then you've got one actual side to side as well. So if it picks up that the car is slipping over the track, the traction control will sort it out as well. You know, it's not like your conventional car traction control where it decides to do it after the fact. It preempts the tyre spinning.
Yeah, and the lateral traction control in the Audi really will catch a lot of slides that other cars won't, and it just makes it handle quite nicely around a lot of corners. One thing I have found through driving it is that the longitudinal traction control, unless it's raining, you can pretty much turn it off because it never really kicks in.
Yeah, I think you've got to have in mind about set 1 or 2, just on the safe side, because you never know when you're going to get that slip, but then that can just be down to the experience of the driver, to be fair, because yeah, you've obviously put a lot more time on a lot of the tracks more than me, so yeah, it's down to the driver and how they feel the car is handling.
Exactly, everything's a personal preference. All I've noticed is that even if you floor the accelerator, the longitudinal traction control doesn't really kick in. But
I think it only really mainly kicks in when you do clip on the grass or if the curbs have a little bit of damp on them.
Don't go on the grass. Don't go on the curbs when they're damp then.
There is that,
Simple.
You know, common sense and all. Common sense and all.
Looks like we've got our first pitter from the leading 12. We've got Loretti in the pits.
Down to 11th position by the looks of things, and he's still currently sat there. You think he's going for a tyre change?
It's possible.
Oh, he's now moving.
Or maybe he had damage to repair.
Could be. Could have had a little slip and slide onto the edge of the track.
Yeah. We've got Langer catching him. I think he's going to be safe from Langer. Back out on track now.
Oh, we've got Damien there. Must have just had a little bit of a spin because he was off track, and it has given Tony the chance to catch up to him a little bit.
Yeah, the gap's closed right down to 2.2 seconds. So, do you want to jump back 30 seconds and see if we can get a replay?
Yeah, sure. So, jump back. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Straight onto it.
On the last corner.
No damage sustained from that, unfortunately.
I'm surprised he didn't just hop straight into the pits then. Let the tyres cool down.
Yeah, could have, and then he got his pit stop out of the way as well,
Exactly.
and then could have been on the chase. Yeah, it looks like Jacob has also pitted. So it looks like we're starting to get the pit stops really coming through now. Jumping back on with Screamer here.
Your stream's starting to lag a little bit.
Is it? I've not changed anything. What, consistent lag?
It's just jumping. It's fine now.
I turned the Wi-Fi off on my mobile and it worked, so. So it looks like we have got a grouping up here. 2 of the big brain racers. Looks like Cohen and Nick, I believe that is.
Yep, just jumping out of the way of Screamer coming through to lap them.
He was still within that 1 second time frame of his teammate Rashir ahead of him. is quite a nice spread out grid here, and it looks like Damien has jumped into the pits. Yeah, it looks like he's going for his pit stop here. Tony will now probably use this advantage to really try and get as much gap as possible away from him. But Damien is on the move again, so another splash and dash.
We're at 2.4 second gap between them before Damien pitted there, so be interesting to see if Tony can make the most of his tyres being at the right temperature and make up any time on Damien here, because it looks like Damien's going to come out behind Palmieri, which could end up causing him some problems if we can't get past him quick enough. At the minute though, he's got a 4.3 second gap to Palmieri, so just one to follow, one to watch and see what happens.
And a 35-second gap to the lead, but that he has also got 6 cars to overtake here. Oh, let's see what he can do.
Exactly. If Palmieri decides to stay out long and go right up until the last few laps, this could cause some issues for Damien here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everyone else in front of him does still need to pit.
Exactly.
So,
if I was in Tony's position now, I would 100% be staying out as long as possible and just trying to put in as quick a lap time as I can, and just try and pull as much of an advantage as I can with the clean air.
Definitely. But it does look like Damien is actually bringing down them times. He's already dropped 1 second gap to the leader, but obviously he has got traffic to get through. So depending on who pits where, it'll all depend on if he can make it back up to that pole.
Traffic's going to be key here. If everyone stays out late, there could be some problems. I think with a 1 second time delta, it's okay. Yeah, he's obviously quicker, but I don't think the overtake's going to be super easy. It's not going to be a case of just cruising past.
Definitely not. He's going to have to really find them gaps, because Watkins can be either very forgiving or it can just butcher you on them corners.
Exactly. So we've still got Screamer here right up behind Rocky.
Yeah, just come through the bus stop around the outer loop.
So these two have been close pretty much all race, I think, haven't they?
And I think more around the midfield of the race, around the last probably 15-20 minutes where we've been at.
So most of the race then.
About a quarter of it. Up to yet anyway. So yeah, really keeping him nice and close down there through the boot. I mean, the Audi and the BMW are quite fair on pace. I think it just comes down to the setup for that one. So coming around the heel now, up a little bit of a hill. 210, keeping it nice and smooth up and over that ridge there. Powering back on through turn 10. Really trying to chase him down, just pushing the car to the limits here.
Watching them gaps, we've got Damien 1.4 now behind Palmieri.
Yeah, looks like we do have a off track up on the bus stop. Watkins there. Looks like just a little bit of a spin. So yep, coming up now towards the bus stop. What's your bets? Too much curb.
That's usually what gets you at the bus stop.
Yep, so coming up. Let's see what happens here. Takes it. Oh, yep, too much curb there. Just could not get the car rotated back round.
Luckily, a good amount of runoff on that side.
Yeah, 100%. So Damien here chasing down Palmieri here. Another one of the M4R guys. Really pushing it through the bus stop. Looks like Screamer is 0.2 seconds behind his teammate again there.
Not really nothing to choose between these two.
No, he's just really keeping on the tail of him. I think that's really going to come down to the pit stop of who stops when.
I think so. Who stops when and who has the better pit stop?
Yeah. See, for me, I'd probably go for the earlier pit stop and then really chase him back down and then try to get ahead of him when he drops in.
The trouble is, we can see the times and we can see that there's a gap for them to drop into, but they obviously can't see that while they're racing.
Yeah,
it looks
like
Screamer's going into the pits.
Nope, that's not
Rocky,
Screamer.
sorry,
That was
Rocky.
Yeah. It looks like Tony's also opted to jump into the pits. Damien here on the heels of Palmieri. It looks like we've also got Jacob on the heels of Seabrook here.
So this pit stop's key then for the race win, because we had a 34.8 second gap when Tony pitted there. So looks like Damien's got past.
Yep, Damien has got in front of Tony here. Tony still stood in the pits. Looks like he is starting to move now, though. Yep, so Tony out of the pits, and it looks like Roshi is also heading out of the pits now. Jacob hot on the heels here of Seabrook. Can he get the move done before the start-finish straight?
I think it's going to have to be down into turn 1 or down the straight. Yeah, he's got a much better run out of this last corner here.
Yep, really pushing the Ferrari to the limits here, getting them legs running. But it does look like he has a move coming into the 90.
And you've done a nice textbook overtake there into turn 1.
Yeah, 100%. Damien here, hot on the tails of Palmieri.
Still struggling to get by. This could again. Tony's actually lost out big time in the pits. He's 13 seconds back from this fight. So I was about to say these two fighting could pay into his hands, but with a 13-second gap, even if he's losing a second a lap, it's not really going to be enough to bring him back into play, I don't think.
It does look like all the pit stops are coming in now, because we've got Smireki and Screamer coming to the pits. And yeah, so we've got Ivan that's jumped up to pole position here. Oh, and it looks like Palmieri is now pitting as well, so Damien should now have a free run up there. Let's have a look at pit stops.
Puts him back up into P2.
Yeah.
And we've got Marandino ahead of him, still to pit. So.
Yep, we've got Marandino, Milushev, and Seabrook left to pit.
So that gap between Marandino and Damien currently 15 seconds. So I think Damien's well within that pit window there to take back that first position.
Yep. But especially with that time ticking down as well.
Exactly. Still not made any inroads on that fastest lap. Still Tony holding that with the 1:44.7. So just remind me and the viewers, the fastest lap is 5 points. Does that mean if you get a second place and the fastest lap, you get more points than the winner, or does the winner still get more points?
The winner still gets 1 point more, I do believe. Let me just 100% confirm on that one. But yes, you are correct in saying that 5 points are awarded to the leader. Let me just pull up here. This was added in because it just helps give that bit of an extra edge, and obviously in real life racing you always have a fastest lap to come through to as well. You know, it just gives more of a challenge and more of a push to the fastest drivers, I believe. Yeah, so if you do get P2 and fastest lap, you will be 1 point behind, but if you get P3 and fastest lap, you will be 1 point ahead P2. So
interesting dynamic.
Yeah, it does trickle down.
Yeah. So we've still got Screamer here, right up behind Skamika. Skamika still got to pit, or am I getting my...
No, everyone
okay.
has pitted other than Seabrook and Marandino.
So, Skamika's done very well out in the pit phase. I think he's made a couple of positions up there. Down into the bus stop. Not quite close enough on this occasion for a lunge.
Oh, it does look like
running
he
wide
hits the
there.
grapple.
Oh, that's a good save there. But it's really left it close between the two as they come down into the outer loop. Or laces, that is, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah,
my bad. So a real tight race between these two. 0.5 of a second between them.
Looks like we do have Antonio here also catching Seabrook up, who still has a pit stop as well. So that's a decision you've got to make. Do you push to try and overtake him, or do you wait until he throws it to the pits to push? But he could be waiting until the end.
It's interesting because it's real hard for the drivers to... They can see if the cars around them have pitted, but it's really hard for them to see everyone who's pitted. So, like driving down in 10th place, you might not know if there's cars at the front that have or haven't pitted. That might still be in your pit window. So,
yeah, it looks like Watkins there did have a spin, unfortunately coming down through the laces.
Still right hot on the tail, Loretti. Can he get a good run out of the last corner here? Yeah, looks like Seabrook's pitting, so that's helped Loretti out. Gains the position up into 9th. Next car up the road for him was Palmieri, but there's a 7.3 second gap at the minute, so it could be quite hard to close that gap up in the remaining 10 minutes and 25 seconds.
Definitely, and it does look
screamer
like
on the inside there.
Yeah, he does make the move going through the laces there. But can he hold it ahead of him? Because they are quite evenly matched.
They do seem to be. Fighting for 4th position at the minute, but once Marandino pits, this is a fight for the podium.
Yep, definitely. So who will be getting that 3rd place? Oh, it does look like it does run wide there, but it keeps on the tarmac, so it doesn't really lose that much speed coming through turn 9 here.
Little bit of a
getting
slide.
a little bit of a wiggle.
See, this is really looking like could be either one of these. And because these two are fighting, it's allowing Rocky to catch up behind them.
Smack on the wall there, Matt. Smack on the wall.
That's not going to
affect the aero.
Yeah, that's not going to do the car any good. It's not the way you want to go to try and win races. Oh, that could be a result of that. That could well be a result of that earlier crash.
Yeah, definitely. Just losing that little bit of grip off them curbs there. So he has spun it and gone head first into the wall. That's really going to affect his times now. He was doing so well as well. So well. So it looks like we have got Joshua here heading up to Nick, currently 1 second away from him. And we see the BBR Honda get overtaken by the Porsche. 8.5 minutes left on the clock. So really, it's now time for the people to really start pushing them last bit out of them tyres to really start making them places.
Yeah, this is where if your setup isn't great, you can start to really struggle on tyres at this point. And for a track with a lot of high-speed corners, struggling on tyres is going to make it very hard work in the closing stages. Marandino there getting through to lap him. Still yet to pit Marandino. So looking at these gaps, Marandino's looking like coming out somewhere around 5th or 6th place. So this long strategy is really kind of paying off for him so far.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on how the pit stop goes and how people can catch him while he's in the pit stops.
Yeah. Just looking at the gaps, I think we've been around 35, 36 seconds for a pit stop, so that puts him right around 5th place at the minute. But obviously if who's in 5th at the minute? Rocky. If Rocky gets stuck in traffic while Marandino's in the pits, and soon turn around. So,
yeah, definitely.
Where's the closest battles at the minute?
Unfortunately, a lot of people are quite spread out at the minute, so we haven't got that much fun going on the track.
We've got Rocky still catching up to Skimika. 1.5 seconds the gap there. We've also got Seabrook catching up to Nick Langer. 1.6 second gap there. Other than that, we are starting to get quite a good spread.
Looks like Ivan is heading into the pits now.
Going through the pit stop, hits his mark a little bit early there. That might cost him a bit of time. A little bit early on the pit limiter. Better than trying to risk going too late though.
So there goes Damien past him
goes
now.
Through. Next car coming up will be Tony Frisina. He's just coming round the last corner now, coming down the pit straight. So here we'll regain 2nd place. It's a good pit stop. Skimika's coming down the pits now. He should regain 3rd position. Now Rocky is just coming through turn 1 as well. And Screamer, where is Screamer?
He's up in 3rd position.
He's managed to get... No, Screamer's 6th place.
Sorry.
So Marandino's managed to hold on to 5th place, so must have been some traffic there for Screamer on the while Marandino was in the pits, because there's quite a good gap there, and Marandino looked to have a very good pit stop.
Yeah, definitely. It was really a splash and dash on that one. There was no issues at all. So Damien is up in 1st position here. Looks like we have got Joshua really on the tail of Nick. Just 0.2 seconds away, coming through turn 9, heading towards turn 10. Can he make a move on him? He doesn't even go for the look. The Honda's got that little bit more legs on that Porsche, just really keeping behind him, following every single line through.
Both run wide there. That's something to be careful of as well. There's track limits come into play on that corner there. And obviously you get 3 warnings, and then on your 4th one you get a drive-through. So both of them really need to be careful through there. Last thing you want at this stage.
Yeah, a lot of people have actually been keeping well to track limits on this time. We've not even seen one drive-through pop up.
Yeah, we've not seen any so far, so that's the last thing you want to get at this stage in the race, so when you're fighting for position.
Yeah, definitely 100%. So coming up towards the bus stop now. Seems to have lost a lot of time on him from that sector 1. The Porsche just comes off onto the grass there, but keeps it nice and clean through. Not lost too much time going through there.
So it looks like Marandino's making up time on Rocky as well. So 0.8, or just dropped to a second behind now, but really fighting for...
We're currently on board with Antonio here, in 9th position, really making up time on Palmieri. Palmieri. My brain went to say it and just words came out different. So coming up down towards the bus stop now. Antonio just really making up time on that Aston Martin.
Sole Aston Martin driver on the grid.
Yeah, the only one. Oh, it looks like our Lamborghini driver and our other Ferrari driver has gone. Yeah. So coming down through the laces now, really making up that time on him. Only 0.5 seconds away, heading towards the tail. Really using that hill to his advantage to slow the car down and rotate it through and powering on nice and early up and over the boot. Keeping it nice and clean through towards the heel, getting all that toe that he can, giving him that extra boost of speed. Coming up the hill from turn 9. Really nicely making time upon him here, keeping it nice and clean all the way through.
So we've now got only 1.4 seconds covering 3rd to 5th. So we've got a real fight on our hand for that last podium spot.
Yeah, definitely, Matt, definitely. And it's really coming down to the last lap shortly. As soon as Damien crosses this next lap, there will be only 1 lap remaining. So let's see what we can do. Look, that's the cinematic view. 3 M4R BMWs all grouped together.
Exactly. So who's got this in the last few laps? Track position being king. Skamika's in prime position here. And especially if Marandino and Rocky start fighting, and fighting hard, he could really pull away from these two and keep hold of that 3rd place. Excuse me.
Yep, so we have got Marandino really coming up. Yep, just come over now. Leader on the final lap. So we've got 1 more lap for the guys to really push hard and make up the positions in the big fighting for all race. It looks like Seabrook has just overtaken Nick as well. Still fighting through the S's there, actually, coming up to the bus stop.
Who's going to be brave on the brakes here? Look at the straight line speed of that Honda.
Yep, but it does look like Seabrook pushes to the outside, maybe looking. No, and it looks like
that's Damien behind. That's the leader behind.
Yep, that's the leader behind. So if they get overtaken by the leader, they will be losing that lap time that they could have done to take the positions.
Yeah, but with a 21-second gap between 1st and 2nd, I think Damien will be quite happy just sitting behind these two. No need to try and get past them and get in an accident on the last lap.
No, definitely not. So Seabrook really hot on the tail of Nick here. Unfortunately, he's just backing down, but it looks like we do have
a real close battle going on here. The 3 M4R BMWs.
Yep, all 3 of them really pushing hard, really trying to get...
I thought we had a lunge there.
Yeah, all 3 of them coming up.
So we've still got Skamika leading this group, followed by Rocky and then Marandino, but we've got 3 corners to go for these guys, and anything could happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Leader has finished the race.
So there's Damien finishing the race now. Sorry we did miss that, Damien, but
no,
we just really want to see what's happening here.
Looking like Skamika could hold on to this. There's a back marker in front there. Could that play into it?
Oh, it does slow.
This is a drag race down to the line. And Skamika holds onto it. Followed by Rocky, followed by Marandino. Tony Frasina coming home in 2nd place there as well. Let's jump over to this battle. Loretti's still pushing hard behind Palmera. And Seabrook on the inside around the laces. Looks like he might have it now. Nick's fighting it back.
Yep, this is the last lap of the race, so Seabrook is really going to be heavy on defence here. He's going to be making sure that Nick does not have a place to put his car to get past him. The only thing that the Porsche will suffer on is these straights here because the Honda does have the speed to just really get to him. So he is defending hard, going for the inside line into the next corner that will get really close. Oh, they get a bit of a rub. But the Porsche is really getting the power down early there to get through. Coming up to 9 now. Let's see if Nick can really make that time back with the Honda power.
This could end up being a drag race down to the line out of the last corner.
Yep, definitely coming through turn 10. The Honda really catching and sticking behind him. Coming around the last corner now onto the start-finish straight.
Dropped back a little bit.
And there it is. So, thank you to everyone. Our first position here is Damien. Second position is Tony. Third... Oh, it's not letting me drive.
Just hit timetables.
Yep.
There we go.
So, first position here, we have got Damien. Second position, Tony. Do you want to message Damien, see if you can get him in?
Yep.
Third position, we have got Rebecca here. Then we have Roshi, Morandinho, Screamer in sixth position. Seventh position, we have Rovnik. And it looks like we have the M4R guys here.
They're all lining up.
They all want a nice picture look. Can I get into free view here? So the M4R guys lining up nicely for up. Looks like we all just got ticked into the garage, unfortunately.
That's okay, I've still got the results. Where did you get to?
7th position, and then everyone started disconnecting.
Okay, oh, it's just reset now. Oh, no, it hasn't. So 7th position was Loretti, 8th position Milishev, 9th position Seabrook, 10th position Nick Langer, 11th position Nick Trapp, 12th position McClory, 13th Townsend, and I think everyone else is disconnected because they are all dropped off. So we will publish the results though shortly after the race. That's something we're going to have to change. Is just at the end of the race we need a longer time before it resets.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help when people are leaving as well because it does, jump.
If you hit return, return to garage now, can you go into timetable?
Yeah, sure.
Because I don't think the server's actually reset, has it? Yeah, go timetables. There you go. So yeah, where do we get? 13th position Nick Trapp, 14th position McClory, 15th Watkins, 16th Townsend, 17th Van der Waagd, and then 18th Kuhn, and then we had 3 retirements, Woodward, Peaver, and I can't see the one at the bottom there. It's half hidden. Scroll down. Myers. Damien's not free for an interview.
He's not. Oh, that is unfortunate. But that was a fantastic race there by everyone. You know, really exciting. The grid was far and few between everyone, so unfortunately we didn't get as many close battles as we did last week.
Still some good close battles though. Still some and excitement through people making mistakes, and it's a hard track. I think people found that out. Found that out the hard way. But yeah, definitely congratulations to Damien.
Congratulations to Tony for holding on to the fastest laps from pretty much the start of the race.
And then congratulations to Skamika for holding on to that 3rd position under extreme pressure at the end there from Rocky and Marandino. But yeah, overall, congratulations to everyone for a great race.
Yes, thank you everyone for turning up.
And we will be back next week with Circuit of the Americas, which will be a 2-hour race. So that could lead to some more action, especially if we've got some very evenly matched drivers like we had tonight. 2 hours of that will be quite good fun. And then we also will be back on Saturday for, I'll be racing. Corey will be back streaming. For our multi-class madness race at Silverstone. So GT3s and GT4s. It's going to be madness. So don't miss it.
Yep.
You can also follow us on all socials, which are up on the screen now. If you want to join our Discord, links for that are below. Thanks for the follow, SeaBF1. Appreciate it. And if you're interested in buying any sim racing gear, we have affiliate links below for Digital Motorsports, as well as Mozza Racing. So that anything you purchase through those links, we get a little bit of a kickback, and it just helps the team, really. Helps pay for servers and pay for more events like this. Also, Dubby Energy, if you're in the US, probably more than anything. Energy drinks, they have their starter packs back in stock now. So if you want to try some of that, we've also got an affiliate link for that. Unless you've got anything more to say, Corey?
No, just thank you to everyone who tuned in for the stream as well. It is very appreciated, you all coming along and helping us out, watching. Just being there and following us, it just really helps us out to move forward up in the sim racing world.
Definitely. So thanks, Corey, for streaming, co-commentating. Thanks for everyone for watching, and we will catch you next time.